Before we talk about my exciting new workbench, let's talk about today's sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN that helps secure your data online among many other things. They offer services to increase security like credit card or email breach alerts, and get you access to overseas content by changing your location so you can get blocked libraries on Netflix and other streaming services. For example, last year we featured on a New Zealand TV show and I wanted to share it with my family over in the UK, but unfortunately it was geo-blocked, so they couldn't watch it. If my family in the UK were using Surfshark then, they could have logged online, and as far as the website was concerned, they would have been in New Zealand. And it's not just that, you can send and receive files securely. These are just some of the features that Surfshark offer. They also have add-on security combos like Surfshark Antivirus or Search, and it allows unlimited devices on one account. Honestly, Surfshark offer a lot of great features that I wasn't aware of, so it's worth checking them out and seeing how it could benefit you. And if you click on the link in my description, then you will get 83% off, and you will get the first 3 months for free. That's crazy. So thank you very much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. It really helps Jess and I out. We appreciate it. The workbench. The floating workbench. It's not really floating. The Mitre station. Let's just get into it. Scott Brown here. I've always wanted to have a permanent setup for my Festool drop saw, and I haven't done it up until now because I never had a place to put it. Now that we bought this house and it has a double garage, I have a place to put it. But having said that, the main focus is this house, so I don't want to spend too much effort on my drop saw stand. So in today's exciting episode, I'm going to build a minimal drop saw stand that's functional but simple. And it's going to look like this. So really simple, really simple. And the first step, let's get some materials. I'm just getting regular materials from a regular hardware store. And this is my first time at this one. Better put a mask on. The timber is pink because it's treated, and it's very difficult to get timber in New Zealand that isn't treated. Any structural framing type timber is usually pink or green. Pink stuff is the lowest possible that you can use in a house, and I'm using it for a workbench, so I don't need treated timber, but unfortunately I got no choice.
Tell Margaret I bought my worm farm.
So one of the main things that I want to do with this garage is lighten it up a bit. It's obviously very dark, especially on days like this. So Jess and I have been painting these walls here. So I figured before I put the bench in here, it'd be easier to put the paint on now. How's it going there, Jess?
It's going.
It's awfully white in here.
It is. It's good, nice reflective surface, good for filming.
Absolutely. So are you enjoying being my first apprentice?
You have very high standards. But I can call you a dick, and vice versa. And then we can hug it out, which probably isn't appropriate for a regular apprentice.
Alright, this is the Capex, the Festool Capex. So I need to make a bench obviously deeper than this one. But I need to make a bench wide enough and also have it come in at the right points for all this handle angle stuff to work. Anyway, I'm going to figure this out and I'll show you as I build it. The main reason I want to set all this up is so it's very easy to build things in here. And because I haven't set it up yet, I'm finding it hard to build this. I don't know where anything is, I'm sort of scrambling around for things. As I've been planning this garage, I've been thinking about when I used to work as an apprentice. And the company I used to work for was they did quite big jobs. It was like 30 builders on the company, and they did a lot of commercial jobs like shopping malls, towers, and because we'd be at a job for at least a year, we'd always set up a big smoker room and a big toolbox area and even a kitchen. We'd put a whole kitchen as a temporary measure. And I remember when I first started thinking, man, that's crazy that these guys are setting up toolboxes, kitchen bench, plumbing a sink up, and we're all just going to rip it down again because, you know, it's a job site. But then inevitably I saw the value in that. I'd be on the train in the morning on the way to work knowing that there was a coffee machine, a pool table, my toolbox all set up at the job. When I got to the job, all I had to do was go upstairs, grab my tool belt from the toolbox, grab my coffee from the coffee machine, and start working. And I bet the boss saved a lot of time in set up and tear down. So the same mentality is going to be applied here. All I have to do is walk in, put a switch on, and I can start cutting. $9.30 to the base of the drop saw.
Meanwhile, Jess tried to start a small worm prison.
Is that what you're doing?
Holding the wormies to ransom so they can make me fertilizer.
We've been living in an apartment, so we haven't had space to set up a workshop. And we also haven't had space to set up compost. That's Jess, not compost.
Thank you for letting them know. Apparently the worms eat your food and then they pee and you use the worm pee for the garden, and then they also make, I guess, like compost. I don't really understand what that does, but it's something to do with making my worms happy.
It's expanding like crazy.
If anyone's got any worm farm tips, put them in the comments below.
We have a couple of pieces of plywood here. Sorry, I just woke up. The plywood's going to form a structure that holds the drop saw. And the whole idea is that the drop saw is level with the platform that we built yesterday. This is all still loose, so we can get it just right. So if you look over here, this angle goes a lot further, but I can't quite get there because over here, the back of the saw is hitting. The framing is back here, so we've got room to cut. Because it can go more in this direction, it also means it can come more in this direction. So this needs to be cut back. I just screwed all that off. This is kind of what I visualize, you know? I'm happy. I'm happy about this. I didn't want cupboards underneath. This is a limited space and I didn't want to fill it with more stuff. I might live to regret that, but we'll see. So I've just plugged all this in temporarily. So I'm gonna need to do something about this. Just got a hole that I drilled there. But when you pull on this, it kind of gets snagged down there. But it's in a good location for straight cuts and angled cuts. Doesn't get in the way at all. Very excited. Let's do the maiden cut. So this is the first step in my little trifecta. Drop saw here, table saw here, and workbench over here. I was standing here when I said that last part. So you go over here, oh, I need some timber, chop, chop, chop. Oh, now I need to rip that timber. Cut it over here on the table saw that's gonna be here. Oh, I need to clamp the timber and router it or something. Then you bring it over here and you clamp and router. My point is, it's permanently set up and it all connects to one another. And then I'm going to devote the other half of the garage to materials. All of it is in service for the house that we're going to renovate, which we're still working on. We're talking to architects. It's going well. But one thing I was going to ask you actually, heating. I need some advice. So this right here is the only source of heat in the house, and the crazy thing about it is we can't use it, but that's a whole nother episode. We'll talk about that later. My question is, what would you heat your house with? Heat pump, ducted heat pump, ventilation plus a heat pump? We're leaning towards a heat pump. We don't want to do anything that needs gas or anything like that. Anyway, your advice would be great. Firewood is annoying too, so trying to avoid that. But anyway, either way, we're keen to get it sorted before the South Island winter. See you in the next exciting episode.